Hey YouTube, this is DaisyPapa8989 over here, bringing you my latest Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. I'm bringing you today my rebuilt Blackwing deck. I've been running this deck ever since the March 2010 format, and when it got nuked by the by the last March ban list, I decided to put these to the side until Konami gave something back, which they did this format, and which came in the form of third Icarus attack. So I decided to put these back together. So without further ado, I'll show you the build. First up are 3 Blackwing Sirocco of the Dawn. These are basically your mini Cyber Dragons of the deck. You can summon these without a tribute if your opponent controls a monster and you don't. Normally, people would run 2 of these, but with the format so heavy with high attack point 4-star monsters, I feel that 3 Siroccos are needed now. Next up is 3 Blackwing Sure of the Blue Flame. These are your searches of the deck. It allows you to when it destroys a monster by battle, allows you to special summon your values or anything else to the field to go for a quick synchro summon. Really great card, definitely have to run 3. Next up are 2 Thunder King Rhinos. These are my anti-mana cards for the deck. Basically, with the amount of searching and special summoning that this game is experiencing, Thunder Kings are now needed more than ever, so maining 2 is working out just great. Next up, 2 Blackwing Bore the Spear. They're your piercers of the deck, and any good player would tell you, piercing wins games. And most people have dropped this to 1, but I still like 2. 2 is still great. Like, a good few pokes of these will put your opponent in a tight spot, so great card to run. Next up are 2 Blackwing Blizzard of the Far North. These are basically your instant level 6 synchros of the deck. Most people run 3, but I open up too many times with dead Blizzards in my hand, so I prefer 2. 2 is my magic number, so great card. Next up is Blackwing Volume. Basically, these are your extra synchro summoning options when you run out of steam with the deck, and you got a few Siroccos or Armed Wings or Armor Masters in the graveyard. Use this and create some more Blackwing synchros. So it allows you to push for your OTKs. Most people run 1 mainly because they complain of dead draws, but I don't have a problem with drawing into Vayu, mainly because you can just use it for bait with Icarus attack, and I find that if you just run 1 Vayu, if you end up drawing it, your shores are pretty much dead because they can only summon your 1 Kalute or your Gale, and that's pretty much it. So 2 is a good number to run. Next up is Blackluster Soldier. I'm running this card mainly because I have a few lights in the deck, so the card is working out great. It throws off my opponents when I summon this, and basically throws them for a loop and allows me to push for game. Next up is Dark Armed Dragon. Great card to run. Definitely have to be run in any dark deck. Next up is Gores. Awesome card to run. Have to prevent those OTKs. Next up is your Soul Blackwing Kalute. This is basically honest for Blackwings. You have to run 1 no matter what. If we could run 3 again, I would, but unfortunately this little guy's been put to 1. Hopefully it'll come back. Hopefully it'll go to 2 next format. And last but not least, Blackwing Gale of the Whirlwind. Basically, probably the best tuner in the game. Halves the attack of any monster permanently, and it's just a really great card. Next up are the spells. 2 Battle Dualities, your draw power of the deck. Definitely have to run them. I run 2 because 2 is the magic number for me. Next up is 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, great card. Definitely have to deal with those back rows with this deck. And most people are starting to run 3 MSTs, but sometimes I find 3 MSTs to be dead. And with triple Icarus attack, I don't feel that you need to run 3 MSTs in the deck. Just basically keep that in the side deck for depending on the matchup that you're dealing with, such as Gravekeepers. Next up, Lure of Darkness, common sense to run it. Black Whirlwind, common sense to run it. Original abusable search card. It's like even at 1, this card is really, really good. Like, if your opponent lets it stay on the field, they are going to be in big trouble because you're going to be getting a lot of pluses off of this. Next up is Mind Control. Mind Control is great. It was great beforehand, but like it's even better now with the new Exceed summoning mechanic. You can just take, like you got pesky Thunder King Ryu you're trying that you can't get rid of. You actually Mind Control, take it. I summon my own Bora or Shura, and then I go into a rank 4 Exceed monster. So really great card. Next up is Staples, Heavy Storm, Book of Moon, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole. Definitely have to run these. You would be stupid if you don't run these. Next up are the traps. Triple Icarus attack. Definitely loving this at 3 now. Gives a lot more power back to the deck and allows you to OTK and get +1s. I would, and depending on the map, a lot of people would think that 3 Icarus attacks are not needed because Starlight Road's running around. But a good player will be able to play around that Starlight Road and will be able to avoid it. And for games 2 and 3, what I would usually do is to side out the 3rd Icarus attack for MST, just to throw off my opponent. Next up are Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, Common Sense to run these. Gonna get a second Solemn Warning once the Tins comes out, so gonna have to hold off until then. Next up is Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, and Dimensional Prism, Common Sense to run these. Starlight Road with Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, mirror matches with Blackwings and whatnot. Starlight Road is great to run again. And last but not least, Trap Dust Shoot. Really awesome card to run. Definitely great. You definitely have to run this in any deck. My favorite move with Starlight Road is just setting it, and then my opponent wastes their MST on it. You chain with it, and they're down. They're -2 cards right there. So really great trick to do. Next up is the extra deck. Steelstorm Roach, great card to run. It's a great option to have. Negates your opponent's special summons, and it's just a really great option to have. And it's really powerful mid to late game and early game as well if you can protect it. Next up is Utopia, another great rank 4 Exceed monster. Chimeric Tech Fortress Dragon, again to deal with those pesky Machinas and Karakuris. Trishula, Common Sense. Stardust, Common Sense. Scrap Dragon, Common Sense. Blackwings Silverwind the Ascendant. You obviously can't go into this through a normal Synchro Summon a lot of the time, but mainly use this with Vayu and Armor Master in the graveyard. 1 Blackwing Armor Master. Since Gale's limited to 1, you only make this once. You probably only make this once through a proper Synchro Summon, or you just use it through with the Vayu loop, and that's pretty much it. So 1 is great to run. Black Rose Dragon, Common Sense to run it. Orient Dragon, great card to run. Allows you to get rid of some pesky synchros without wasting your Bryonac. Next up is Bryonac, Common Sense to run it. Next up is 2 Blackwing Armwings. I run 2 of these because these guys are great piercers, and piercing wins games. Next up is Allied Justice Catastor, and last but not least, Magical Android. I run Android since I run double Vayu, and life point gain is always great. So that's the build, YouTube. Tell me what you think. I appreciate some comments and some feedback on the deck and how to improve it. And comment, rate, subscribe, and peace out.